This game is a prison, and you will never escape.
How long has it been since I have felt any happiness in this game? Day by day, night by night, I walk the same wasteland every day. It feels like it never ends. It almost feels like a prison. No matter what I do, I can't escape it. I can't get out. The pain of progression is too much. I lose sleep over this game. I lose friends. I lose time. And for what? There is nothing to do. This game is a prison.
Wow, that was really dramatic. Buckle up, boys. This is going to be an interesting review. It's a long time coming. Can't believe I've never really hardcore reviewed this game, but then again, it does take quite a few years to get a handle on things and to understand a lot of the mechanics and systems just to even remotely get an idea as to what the hell you're even talking about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just get started. So Black Desert Online is probably one of the most engaging MMORPGs I have ever played in my life, next to World of Warcraft, of course. The action style combat combined with a variety of amazing classes with unique and interesting playstyles keep me playing the game for hours on end, and I do mean that. This is probably the highlight of BDO at its peak. Even if you're not into the whole combat lifestyle, you have life skills within BDO that allow you to casually play the game and make a decent amount of money. In fact, some people are billionaires in this game based off of life skilling, and they do marketplace PvP and do all sorts of just weird investments and just try and break the game in any way, shape, or form in terms of just making a profit from just playing the game like the stock market. But even if you're not really into that whole situation and you just like taking part in the community, you also have things like gathering, cooking, and sailing the ocean, bartering for cash. That type of stuff is really casual, and you can still make a good amount of money and get your gear and get gains based off of that alone. And speaking of the community, there is also plenty of life skill guilds and combat guilds that you can immerse yourself with, and so you can have a community that enjoys what you do within Black Desert, whether it be grinding, guild fights, going to world bosses, going to just, GVGs in general, node wars, all sorts of different things. There's guilds for that, and there are many guilds that really just go in depth and will help you get what you need. And unfortunately, that's kind of where my good faith ends with BDO. This game falls from grace every single patch update that comes out, and a lot of people at this point are so numb to these updates that we go into the next patch with a negative mindset due to the lack of competence at the studios. Let's look at all these life skills that are supposed to be amazing for money. The first one I'd like to bring up is fishing. This life skill is so awful that it just doesn't even make sense anymore. It actually used to be really good back in the day, but then it got nerfed a few years back, and it has not actually seen any kind of update for years now. And we're not really counting the mastery update because that just was for every life skill, and that was just something that's been in the game forever, but we just now got it on console. And this is where the problem lies, that it's an outdated life skill and there hasn't been a single update for it that makes it worth it in any way, shape, or form. This is incredibly depressing due to such a large amount of the community on BDO actually enjoys fishing. There's a huge fisherman community out there, and even to this day, there's so many that just sit out there and just fish all fucking day. And they're just leveling this life skill, and for what? For nothing. PA just idly stands by and watches all of you suffer making like barely 20 to 50 mil within like, I don't know, a few hours. And that's just compared to like gathering or cooking. This is terrible. When you really think about it, they are actually watching you fish and know how much money you're throwing away just by even touching this life skill. This life skill is just severely outdated and neglected, and I feel like I just need to call child services because my baby's in pain. This shit sucks. Another outdated aspect of Black Desert would be the entire area of Medaya. Every grind spot here actually makes 0 cents by today's standards. Nowadays, getting 530 gear score is basically a given just by logging in and getting a power level to 61. Or questing to 61, it doesn't really matter, 61 is really easy to get. So at that point, certain classes like Guardian, Wizard, Witches, and Nova and Hashashin can start doing Ackman or even Trees, which is about 50 to 60 mil an hour, currently on console without Agris, which in the entire Medayan area, there is not a single spot that you can make that kind of money at all. Everything as it is currently is like 40 million or below per hour, which once again, I've done videos on these spots, minus, you know, outside like Elric's and Helms, because these are terrible spots that make no money at all. But even still, some of you might be thinking that 40 million is actually respectable, but like that's 40 million per hour, dude. When you really sit down and do the math, like for real, sit the fuck down and do the math. You're making 40 million an hour and your next piece of gear is going to cost 5 billion. Remember, getting 530 is super easy. You can do that in roughly about a month. So as I just said, 5 billion silver is your next upgrade, whether it be a tech crescent or, you know, at best, if you haven't gotten any tech gear or anything like that in terms of boss armor, you're looking at a bill per piece. So it's like 4 bill for armor, 3 bill for weapons. Either which way, you're looking at billions of silver just to get your gear. And you're making 40 million an hour at the Medallion area, no matter where you go. That is the peak. Like, that's the pinnacle of what you're making. Even after 100 hours, you still come up short at 4 billion silver. That's for 100 hours of grinding for 40 million. That's all you get is 4 bill. So essentially, in 100 hours, you can have all tech boss gear, which isn't the best in slot. I mean, it is best in slot, but you obviously want pen. But for 4 billion, that's so bad. And that's just for the simple fact that I'm doing a method currently right now. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but my method right now, I'm making 10 billion every 2 weeks. I'll talk about it later in another video once I feel like it's comfortable to release that information. So 4 billion an hour is ridiculous. It's not feasible. It makes no sense. The Medallion area is terrible. And I guess to further express how bad this spot is, keep in mind 100 hours is 4 billion, right? So how are you going to hold your spot for exactly 100 hours in this PvP game? It's not feasible. Like, you're in that 100 hours, you're gonna come across somebody that wants smoke or whatever. That's just what's gonna happen. That's the game. That's the nature of the game. So not only do you have to grind 100 hours to get anywhere, but you also need to be able to hold your grind spot for that 100 hours time. You're doing all this work, and for what? A measly 40 million that amounts to basically nothing in the end. Even once you get all that tech boss gear and whatnot, sure, you're going to be a little bit more tankier and you're going to get a little bit more, you know, damagey, but you're going to start fighting players like me that have pens, and that tech gear is going to feel like nothing. I'm not saying tech isn't good. I'm merely saying that you spent all that work just to go up to the next like level where you are now reaching this height of, now you spent 4 billion to get your gear. Now you need 10, 20, 30, 40 billion silver just to get anywhere now. So that Medallion area, completely dead. Makes no sense whatsoever. And while I mentioned PvP, let's take a look at that for a minute real quick, since this game has always been advertised as a hardcore PvP game that has harsh systems in place to punish players for PvP. As a new player, PvP is essentially non-existent. You physically cannot PvP till you are level 50 and are stuck going through the shitty main questline, which we'll speak about later on, but currently there is zero PvP below level 50. And guess what? Once you do hit level 50, you are now free game for death. Not only do you not have the gear to fight even the most basic players at level 50, you are probably not going to kill anyone, and you don't have the skills, and I'm not referring to like thumbs, like to play your class. I mean physical skills within the game to even do your most basic combos. You're literally going to be missing super armor rotation abilities and core abilities to do actual damage because some genius thought it was a good idea to lock important skills behind level 59. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, at level 50, you don't even have your other weapon that provides hidden statistics that you probably didn't even know exist, because the game doesn't actually tell you you have hidden AP, DP, accuracy, evasion, etc. That update is supposedly coming hopefully soon, but we're not going to get it on console anytime fucking soon. It's coming to PC, but console, like I said, that's going to be a while. So now, not only can you die to basically 90% of the players, but you are put at the absolute most disadvantage within the game. And we'll just pretend for a second you actually got some gear and now you're at soft cap, right? You start doing red battlefield and you start to get a feel for it, right? You just start dipping your toes in a little bit. You go in thinking you're one of the big boys now, and then you get destroyed over and over and over till you just leave. You spent all this time gathering gear and skills just to get smacked down again and feel like nothing in this game. Now what if I told you that this actually isn't your fault? Currently, as it stands, Red Battlefield is severely unbalanced, meaning that team matching is broken and gear matching is basically non-existent. I'm not gonna lie to you, if I see certain names in RBF and they're not on my team, I just instantly will like give up and just be like, well, I can't kill this man. I'll just use an example because I see this person in the RBF a lot and I'm just like, wow, I actually physically cannot touch this person. So if I see this guy, Killer Frost, he's from Sacred, really good. I can't remember if he's a Sork or if he's a, Awakened Nova. Either which way, if I see this man in the RBF, I basically give up and won't even try and fight him because he's actually a walking raid boss and you need incredibly high accuracy to even scratch this man. When I first fought him in the RBF, I was 279 AP, which is really high, and it's actually decent for like what you're supposed to be doing. Like I one-shot most people with this, especially with my combo. It's really good. And yet this person, I couldn't even get him down to half health. To put things into the grand scheme of things here, 4 years of my life in this game, getting all this gear, transferring everything, learning my combos, different classes, different everything. I can't even scratch this person. 4 years, and my gap between me and him is so vast. Is it possible that I could kill him? Probably, but not in RBF. It's open world, large scale, and you have to deal with other factors. Like maybe in a 1v1 I could potentially kill him if I get, you know, accuracy buffs and I do like debuffs on him for evasion and whatnot. There's definitely a possibility that I could kill him with 279 AP, but the amount of work I have to do is way higher than what he has to do. And the whole point is to not to call him out because, you know, he earned his gear. He did what he's supposed to do. He did whatever he did to get his gear, and that's how you play the game. But the problem is, and what I'm referring to is the unbalance between that. So for example, my team, I'll have a bunch of no names that don't really have high gear score, and then the enemy team has him. He can mow through 10 people with literally zero effort. I shit you not, that is possible. So my team of people with low gear score, or at least low-ish gear score, versus Killer Frost. He actually can literally kill 10 people at once, and it wouldn't phase him at all, and we wouldn't be able to kill him unless we did some like fancy schmancy shit. So now you see the issue. One person beats 10 people with average gear score. Now picture him and 5 other people with his gear score on the same team, and then now you're on the team of shitters that have no gear score whatsoever. Do you see the problem? There is no balance in the matchmaking. There is no balance in the team. It's just a fucking hat toss whether you get a good team or bad team. And that wouldn't be really a big deal because that's like in every game. If you go in Overwatch, of course you're gonna get bad teammates that are gonna suck. That's a given. But the problem is that everyone is on the same level. There is no gear to carry someone further. It is just skill based. This is gear and skill based, and now you can put gear and stack that shit and now mow the whole enemy down. This is a regular occurrence in RBF where it's a total hat toss on who wins. So in short, if you want a PvP in BDO, not only do you need to sell your life away just to get gear to compete with these types of players, but you also are diving headfirst into a broken, neglected system that hasn't even been updated for so long and also isn't really based around skill. Like yes, these players have skill, but it doesn't really matter because they're so gear carried that even if they didn't have thumbs, which by the way, Killer Frost, that dude's crazy. Like he literally like knows what he's doing on his character. But my point being is that even if he didn't, his gear is so insane that he could just forehead the control and kill half my team anyway. Oh, and while I have this in my memory, remember that whole story bit I mentioned? Yeah, that shit sucks dick. It is quite possibly the most neglected, uninspiring questline experience in existence. You can ask 90% of BDO players what was their favorite part of the questline, and none of them will be able to have an answer for you because it sucks. I remember one line from the entire questline, and it was when you're dealing with the Black Nagas, and I'm serious, this is a real lore thing, and the dude that gives the quest is like, we gotta bomb the Black Nagas, and that shit makes me laugh uncontrollably for obvious reasons. Outside of that questline, it's just talk to this guy, walk to this other guy, talk to him, walk to another guy, go to this spot, gather or kill this garbage, and boom, do that for 10 hours straight and grab a noose afterwards, because that's pretty much what I did. This video can go on and on about the negatives, but the reality is there are 2 saving graces in BDO that keep a lot of players stuck here in this hell. 1 is the combat style, and 2 is the community that I've been really happy to be a part of. At this point currently, I just hang out on foreign servers and just roleplay and goof around and chat with friends, and that's really just enough to make me just kind of be happy and see the same faces every single day in chat. Kind of feels like, you know, family away from family sometimes, and you know, I have a lot of laughs and memories and sad days and all this crazy shit, and the community does matter. It really does. Once you start getting immersed inside the community, you're gonna see some bad shit and some really fucking crazy nonsense, but it is one of the best aspects once you start making friends and you have regulars in chat and you really start to feel like you're a part of something that it's pretty good. Putting beef aside between guilds and personal vendettas and whatever, we all play the same game, we all go through the same hell in this fucking game, and that's pretty much what keeps us together. And I think that's super important. The combat's great and everything, but honestly, I'm not sure that would be enough to really keep me, you know, staying. I feel like the community is more important to me. I mean, there's all the obvious, all the time and progression that I've put into the game that also keeps me here, because I feel like if I cut my losses, it's just like, man, that's a lot of time just thrown down the toilet. Just makes it harder to walk away, since especially I'm like not done with my gear. So yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you'll feel like you're stuck in this game, and I keep holding out for hope that Pearl Abyss will see our feelings and that it's shared across the entire community, including their own community partners that they have currently like working for them, and yet we still suffer, and they make money off of bad, neglected systems and ideas that never seem to go away. And what's crazy is all the actual good ideas disappeared from years ago, like the fishing situation, horse training. All that stuff used to be really, really good and fun, and now it's just like, who gives a shit? All the good ideas seem to be becoming a relic of the past, and that's really the problem. Right now, there's kind of really not an escape for me. I want to get full pen, pretty much my armor and weapons, which I'm majority done. I just need a couple more pieces, and literally I'm out, and I'm working on the last couple. So yeah, I'm almost done. I've almost finally beaten the game for where we are current patch. So yeah, this game is a prison right now, and I really don't have the willpower to get out, and you probably don't either. So let's suffer together for a few more months and see where this goes. But that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
I'm the one, yeah she knows I'm the one, yeah she knows I don't need no kind, I don't need no